Warning, the following is an educational show about the TV film industry in Atlanta, created by a 9-year-old. Laughter and learning will most likely occur simultaneously. Viewer discretion advised. Sofia's Showbiz Show. Starring Sofia Salas. Today's special guest, Atlanta talent agent Laina Beaudreau. And now your host, Sofia.
Hi, I'm Sofia Salas, and welcome to my talk show. I created this talk show because I wanted to learn more about the acting business and what people do on set and behind the scenes and everything. And I want to tell you a little bit about our first ever guest on this talk show. Lori, what? Sorry.
Laina
Laina,
Beaudreau.
okay.
Yep.
Laina Beaudreau. Laina Beaudreau is an agent at Houghton Talent, aka my agent. So without further ado, I introduce Laina Beaudreau.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
It's my pleasure, and I'm super excited to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you too. This is awesome.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions, and you just have to answer them.
Okay.
Super easy.
I can do that.
What decided you to become an agent?
Well, my background is actually in acting. I grew up acting like you when I was your age. As I got older, I also started writing and making some films. And when I was making one film, I had one of my actors on set ask me what I wanted to do after college. It was sort of a scary question. I was like, what? I don't know. And he asked me if I had ever thought about going into anything like casting or being an agent perhaps. And that was when I first really started thinking about it. In fact, I started in casting before I was an agent. And so I remembered that there was this place that I used to audition at when I was a kid. And I pretty much called them up and was like, hey, do you need an intern? And they hired me. And I worked there in college, and then I worked there after college a little bit. And then I decided to switch to being an agent because there were so many things that I really enjoyed about casting, but there were some things I didn't love about it as much. And I wanted to try something similar, but also a little bit different. And I loved the people over at Houghton. I had worked with them when I worked in casting, and really wanted to work more closely with actors and serve them specifically. And so that's when I decided that I would switch over and become an agent.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Can you explain what you do as an agent?
Sure, yeah. So as an agent, I represent actors, meaning that I submit them for opportunities. Now, I'm a commercial agent, so Houghton, of course, has a very strong film and TV department as well as voiceover, so I focus on commercial. And I work with the commercial casting directors in town as well as directly with production companies and advertising agencies and corporations. And I submit talent for their consideration for their projects. I help negotiate rates for non-union projects, and I help make sure that the talent gets paid and that they're treated well.
When you mean submit, like what do you really mean by submit there?
A casting director, for example, will put out a breakdown, and in that breakdown, they'll say that their client is seeking, for example, an adorable, spunky little girl who is ethnically ambiguous and wonderful and hilarious. And I think like, oh, well, that's Sofia, right? So what I do is I go into the various programs that I use on my computer to pull up headshots. And I take those headshots, I create a link, and I send it to casting.
Yeah.
So I'm submitting headshots, and if you've got it, you know, your resume and your reel and things of that nature, so that the casting people can look at that and pick who they want to audition.
What is your favorite part of your job, like your most favorite part?
I really enjoy, you know how I was saying earlier, that casting sends out a breakdown. You know, I love reading the specs for each role, and I love it when the talent that I represent just start popping up into my mind. Like this is so-and-so, like this is so him, this is so her. Like I love reading those specs and really seeing the people on our roster pop into my mind and being able to put those submissions together and feel really proud of what we have as an agency, who we represent, and really happy that I'm familiar with the talent and I know who's going to be great for something. You know, that's a really enjoyable part of my job.
Yeah. It's time for the bonus question. I just named it a bonus question because, like, it's a bonus question. So what we're going to do for the bonus question is that I have this chart of every single color that's on this board. You're going to spin it, and whatever color you land on is the color I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
So why don't you spin it?
Okay.
See what you get. You got red. So it is. What is your favorite movie?
You know what I could watch over and over again? What? You can't make fun of me. What? The Emperor's New Groove.
Never watched that.
Go home and watch it right now.
Okay, I will.
Leave.
No,
Go.
I'm not gonna leave my talk show.
It's a great movie.
I will watch it.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon?
Yes, it's a cartoon. It's a really great movie.
You know what? I like to do an activity on my talk show. So the activity is going to be is that I'm going to show you how I can identify great talent from all the things you taught me. So bring out some headshots, and I'll show you that I can. Now I think I got what it takes
You look awesome.
to look at some headshots. Me and you are going to be agents side by side looking at these headshots.
Okay.
Number 1. Oh, this one looks a little bit familiar.
Ah, it does look familiar. What do you think?
I like it. The green really makes her eyes pop.
I like it too. She looks like she's having a good time.
Let's move on to the next
Okay,
one.
let's move on.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. I see
Wow.
I see what's happening there.
I like the glasses.
I like the glasses too.
And the tear makes it stand out.
Yes.
Would she be good for that dramatic kid that was also a nerd?
Well, we're missing,
Yeah, we're missing the
a
brain.
third or a fourth of the
Her
head.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not on the back.
Yeah.
And the dress with the kind of a messy background.
I think we want something just more focused on
sudden.
her. Sure. Yes.
Next one. Ooh. This one is rather fine.
I like it.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pink. The black background makes it look a little bit good.
Yes.
I like the short hair. The freckles really make it.
Part of the reason this is a great headshot is because it's so, you're really getting a sense
Yeah,
of
it kind of
who she
looks
is.
like who she would be.
Yeah, it really, that looks like who she is.
Yes.
Her eyes are captivating. She's really focused in on the camera, and you kind of want to know what she's thinking, right?
Yes. Next one. Oh. This is rather surprising.
That is rather surprising.
I like the glasses and the tie.
Honestly, if I saw that like down the line in somebody's profiles, I'd be like, this kid's hilarious.
Yeah. He would be good for that class clown kind of dude, wouldn't he?
Yeah. I would like to see the rest of his head, though.
But yeah, what's up there? What's up there? It's a Grand Canyon? Yeah. Okay, next one. Okay.
All right. All righty then. What do you think's missing here?
The face.
Well, yeah, she doesn't look very relaxed, right?
No.
Her face is really tense and
She looks like that kind of crazy person that would want to chase and hug everyone in the school.
the colors are a little dull, besides the obvious like face situation.
Yeah.
You know, it's
We just gotta make that smile a more smiley.
Yeah.
In those eyes to make him look more.
Eye, yeah.
Last one, I think. Yep. Ooh. I like this one.
Sure, sure. Yeah, that's a really nice shot. It looks like,
It kind of reminds me of this one because like they're kind of similar because like they both have the color of their eyes of the t-shirt.
that's a good shot. I'd want to work with that kid.
Now that we finished our headshots, at a scale of 1 to 10, would I be a good agent?
I think, without a doubt, I got to give you a 10.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Well, it's so good to have you, but there's no Brenda.
There's no Brenda.
No.
What?
Without the glasses, it's Sofia.
Sophia, is that you?
Yes,
Oh my goodness.
there's no Brenda.
Okay.
Brenda is just in the glasses.
Well, I liked Brenda, but you know what? I like Sophia too, so it's okay.
Well, I'm so happy that I had you.
Of course. Thank you for inviting me.
It's such an honor that you get to be the first person on my very own set
It really is.
of the show.
Yes, I love it.
Well, guys, thank you for watching our first episode of the Soba Show, and we'll see you with our next client.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Tune in next week for another installment of Sofia's Showbiz Show.